Let's get right into another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we accept the challenge of providing dangerous, thought-provoking, and sometimes controversial insights into life's most common topics.
Is blood thicker than water? Give us the topic.
Today I want to get your point on growing up and outgrowing the family. Is it possible for you to outgrow your people? And we actually have a female perspective today to talk about that part of the topic, because men can sometimes be accused of being less nurturing, and so hopefully she can add something to the equation as we talk through this. So I'm going to ask you first off, can you grow up and outgrow your family? Is that possible?
Absolutely. I think you can grow up, outgrow the family. I think you can vote people out. If you have a family unit that's tight and there's one person messing up the family, bringing the family down, messing up the family name, I think you can vote them out, cut them off. But I also think it has nothing to do with blood. Okay. So I think you can vote people in too.
Oh.
Yeah, you family now.
Oh.
Come on in.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can kick biological family out and vote non-biological people in?
Yeah, can replace them.
That has to water down the essence of family, because you can't choose who you family with. You can't, besides marriage, who you born with is who you with.
In my model, you can't.
Okay.
You choose who you family with. Okay. So
is this a democratic choice, or it seems like you really want to have final vote on who stays or goes? Would you accept the majority rule if they kept the crippled gay cousin?
Yeah, I think we gotta accept that cousin into the family, and if they voted, fine. I just gotta
get over it.
Or
you create a splinter family. How many people have to be voted up that you rock with before you I don't even rock with the majority voters anymore?
If all of the cousins rock that way and all our family reunions are at the Pride Parade, then I can leave the family.
You can vote yourself off?
Yeah.
You vote yourself off, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I can leave the family.
What say you?
I don't think that you should ever vote, physically vote somebody out of the family. I would have a hard time if my husband wanted to vote one of my very close family members out of the family. Now, I do believe you can cut family off. There is a point in time where your lives are so different that I can stop dealing with you. I can love you from a distance, but I would never partake in a vote to vote somebody out of the family.
So you saying that you claim all of the family that you have?
That's not what I said.
Okay, cool. Let's clarify.
I said what I said.
So there's no official vote out, but you unofficially vote people out if you're not claiming them.
No, I can claim you. I've never said that I was not related to someone that I was.
Okay.
But I don't have to fool with you. I do have family that I don't fool with because our lives are so different. But I would not, like I said, I would not physically, if somebody be like, oh, we gonna stop dealing with this person, that person. And it's just okay, because you can, like I said, you can grow apart from someone. But to sit down and how it sounds like you would literally take a vote. Are you really saying you would take a vote and majority vote, we don't fool with Dion no more, then Dion can't come to no more family reunions, no more Thanksgivings, no more Christmases? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take part in that vote. I would Dion, leave me out of that.
Dion be stealing. Okay. So we at the family reunion.
Right.
Everybody's stuff keep coming up missing.
I have one of these relatives.
When Dion is around.
Right.
Hey, everybody, we're about to have the family reunion. Uh-huh. Dion can't come.
Why can't you just leave your wallet at home?
Why I gotta change my life?
Why you gotta make a judgment?
Yeah, I gotta change my life for this and enable this
family. He's still family. So that's how. I'm not saying that's what I would do, but you're gonna have some of those people, some of those family members. Like Dion mama ain't gonna be okay with Dion being kicked out. She gonna say, leave your wallet at home. Tell your girl, tell your wife, don't bring her purse.
the slippery slope in that is. So basically, you're from the position of you born with family and you damn to keep with them no matter what.
Family is
your
a dictatorship.
Family is who your family is. You can't change that. What I'm saying is you don't have to fool with them, but y'all saying vote them out and stop claiming them?
Well, here's the situation. I think you're being hypocritical when you say, I'll stop fooling with Dion, but I'm not going to say it in front of people.
No, my actions, they would know it by my actions. Like you're a big component of it's not what
you say, it's what you do.
It's right. So my action would show
that
I don't fool with them.
So you voted Dion out by
your
action.
did not.
By your action.
I didn't.
Okay, I think I see what
vote.
you're saying. So you saying as a collective,
right?
You shouldn't vote the people out.
I wouldn't take part in a vote. No.
So, but I get to say who's my family and who's not. So I can say those are my grandmother's kids or my uncles, but that ain't my uncle, even though it's my grandmother's kids. I could say that because family is who I decide. I can say Chris is my brother if I want.
You could.
Because I control who's in my family.
Exactly. You can say what you want to say.
Because I can control who's in my family.
Absolutely.
Because you control who you fool with.
Absolutely.
So you can vote them out.
If that's what you want to call it, but like I said,
you can fire them. You can fire them as your family. I have fired people as my family.
Have you fired people as your family?
Not officially, no. But I got people that
you laid them off.
I don't rock with.
Well, what you do to them?
I don't rock with. First of all, I don't claim them in the first place, which I've been accused of by you, calling them my mom's cousins or somebody else's whatever.
You do.
So that's just a habit that I picked up to where I never have to be accountable later for saying that person was related to me. But the idea, I think you brought up the concept of a husband. I think husband and wives making decisions for your primary core family is a bad idea too. I can't tell you who now as far as your people and y'all start getting molesters, serial killers and all that with your old last name in there, them not my people no more. But they are still your people.
Well, they never really were your people. That's why it's easy for you.
What I was getting.
This is so can you vote people who are not blood into the family?
Absolutely. Yeah, like my husband's family are my family, even though we're not blood related. I try very hard, and it took me a while to say, but I do say my family on my husband's side. I don't say my husband's family. Like those are my husband's cousins. Mm-hmm. I'll say that's my family through my husband. So, when I started dating my husband, I didn't have, my grandparents were dead. They were deceased and all the older people were deceased, and his grandma stepped in. It was just like the greatest thing ever for me because it was like, wow, I have a grandma again. I'm around older people again. And although we weren't blood related, I didn't even look at it like that. And he and I weren't even married. So yes, my family is my family. His family is his family, but his family is my family through marriage. Like, that's how I look at it. I know he don't look at it like that. I know he probably claims my immediate family, but outside of that.
Mm-hmm. I think that what the situation is this. When you talk about you can step away or walk away from somebody that's tarnishing the family name, unless you can force them to change their last name, that's not something you can really run from.
Well, what do you mean by tarnishing the family's name? Like, what are they doing? Like, Dion stealing ain't tarnishing my name because everybody know I don't steal.
Like Jerry Sandusky. He tarnished the Sandusky name. You remember Jerry Sandusky, don't you, from Penn State?
Kinda.
I don't know.
So if you was if your last name was Sandusky,
right?
Or if you married me and my name was Carl Sandusky,
correct? Would I have taken the Sandusky name?
Yes.
If you still carried it, yes. Because I can defend what I stand for.
I don't think black people names can be ruined.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Okay, Kelly. Or Kelly. Yeah, names can be ruined, but I can.
Jim Kelly is just fine.
He ain't really. Who is Jim?
The running back. Or the quarterback for the.
Is he related to R. Kelly?
No, but what he said is the last names can't be related because they aren't necessarily your last names anyway. Right. If you're Black in America.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So it's gonna grow legs with him.
I see.
You got,
So we stole names to make us feel powerful. That's why so many Jacksons and Washingtons and all that from the presidents.
We stole names.
Yeah,
I think that was a sign.
Yeah, like them ass whoopings.
Not necessarily.
So you think that George Washington bought a slave and then told the slave he could pick his last name?
I'm not saying slaves. Okay. Once you're free and you can move somewhere else,
right?
And you write your name down. That's you could pick your name. You could write your name, and that became your name.
I don't think people knew that. I think they knew what they knew, which was
I was a Washington. I was a Jackson. Because
I would challenge you to tell me somebody white that you know with the last name Washington.
George Washington.
Yeah, I said George.
Besides George.
George Washington.
Besides George.
Okay,
all Washingtons are black now.
Now,
yes,
yeah, because they don't use it no more. Because okay,
we didn't totally got.
Yeah. We need to talk about. We need to talk about your perspective. Can you vote? Can you outgrow? And when you outgrow,
voting being like an intervention type thing, like y'all calling a meeting type of vote, or you just saying something happened and you just like
you could just say if I could say
it seems like what you imagine in your head is we call a family meeting. It's 15 of us.
Right.
We get in there and somebody of the 15 is voted off the island.
No, I don't look at it like that. Okay. I just think that something happens. Say, the same person act a fool at every family reunion. We all have them in our family. And the next family game night, and y'all be like, are we gonna address this Dion situation? Because I'm tired of if Dion gonna be coming, I ain't gonna come, and then somebody else be like, I ain't coming. Well, let's just take a vote. All in favor of us not inviting Dion.
That's excellent. That's
no more.
Yes.
Then I wouldn't take part in that. I wouldn't.
So you would stop coming to family game night?
I wouldn't take part in the vote. No. When they be like,
I need some clarity.
What?
Would you still come to the family game night? Yes or no?
Yes.
But you just don't want to be responsible. You don't want blood on your hands.
Yeah, I don't roll like that. I don't take part in.
So you would walk into family game night.
Yes.
And say, "Oh, Dia, I'll be right back." Go to put your purse in the car.
Well, me personally, I'm gonna leave my purse in the car because I don't.
Because of history. Because of how you was raised.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
You grew up with a lot of Dias.
I just grew up like, if I don't need my purse, that's one less thing I got to look after.
So at a family event, you should lock up your valuables.
At family events, I don't even take my valuables.
I don't think you should be reserved to live like that. And I think if the one person, we're going to keep this number 15 people, there's one bad apple, we can remove the apple from the basket.
Well, we think that's the only bad apple we know because so many people are used to it being blamed on Dion that.
Well, at this point, it'd be a process of elimination because once Dion's not there and stuff keeps coming up missing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that chance and stuff keeping. I like my stuff and things. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna. I go and I've never had anything happen at my husband's family gatherings. Ever, never. But I do not ever take my purse. True or false?
Oh, I didn't recognize that. But I guess
you're bad.
Oh, yeah.
But if you were thinking about stealing, or you used to be an assistant thief, you see where they got Dion. If you want to be out the family too, we made an example out of Dion.
Oh, some people don't care about that though. If you're a habitual thief or a liar, just because they've been kicked out of something or out of something, that's not going to stop everyone because just like you said, you can pick up a non-family member to replace said family member that you kicked off. Mm-hmm. Said family member that you kicked off can go find him a replacement family as well because there's always a woman looking for a Dion.
Will you give Dion a ride to work?
Oh no. Oh no!
We've been in the car together. And seen her cousins walking, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's my cousin. You want me to stop?" Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Yeah, she's notorious for that.
Would you invite Dion to your home?
Would I invite Dion to my house?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Because
Yes.
of family?
Yeah. Well, here's the situation. Because I don't think Dion would steal every time he came.
What the?
So, yes.
I had a friend.
I would.
So Dion is safe out there right now.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
This gets even better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a close friend who had a girlfriend, and she turned out to be a little weird.
It was more than a little.
She turned out to be somewhat weird, and I was told in no uncertain terms she can never come visit or come to our house.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
What I said was she wasn't welcome to stay the night at my house.
So
She
you
a
thought she
tiptoe
would get
burglar?
weird?
No.
You thought she would get weirder
Like,
as
I
the
tried
moon
to-
settled?
Yes. Unfortunately, I tried to.
That full moon
here's
come
the
out.
situation. I couldn't put up with it in small increments. So therefore, if they came to visit, then that's us. Stay 3-4 hours, 5. We can go to dinner.
But what if they came at like 10?
No.
But
No.
Dion the Cuckomaniac
Right?
has free. Okay.
Yeah, but he could come. He can't stay either. Yeah, I didn't say he could stay the night. I said he could come.
He the cat burglar. You can't
Yeah.
stop stealing for 24 hours.
Not all thieves steal all the time. I don't believe that.
Why don't you believe that? Do you think they plotting all the time? Or seeking for opportunities?
Yes, I do. I think they're
Do you think that
constantly
your-
looking
Do
for
you
an
think that your
opportunity.
lifestyle and your place represent a lot of opportunities to thieve?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. Shame on you.
Okay.
I
You
don't
have
think
no
they.
idea.
I don't think they schedule steal. I think if it's a phone there,
You're
they're like,
opportunistic. Absolutely.
if he go pee,
Yeah.
that phone is with me.
Right. You're right. But I think this leads to a bigger question of when you have a family dynamic where you feel like what you're on or what you and your spouse is on is too good for how he or she was raised or too good for her old family. Is that okay or is that not okay?
To think you're too good? for-
Yes.
I would say no. For me, no. I think my lifestyle can be so different than somebody else's that there's no, that it just wouldn't make sense if somebody saw me with that person. They'd be like, what is she doing with them? Because they're totally night and day. But I don't personally think I'm better. I don't look at myself as being better than other people. I know some people who do and say it often, but that's not.
I'll say
how I
this.
roll.
I'll say this is what I believe, and you can correct me when I start lying. I have a cousin that's been in a police standoff for kidnapping a woman and has done his time and got out a little early for some reason. I don't know why. And I would have no problem with him coming over here, hanging out, and spending time 3 or 4 hours, like you said. Would you have a problem with that, considering his criminal past?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Him whooping somebody else ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's just a feeling of you have to feel safe
Yes.
around these people.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't deal with a lot of people, so yeah, I got a lot of Dion's. But they weren't voted out. I just, it's just a lot of.
You just don't go to the family events.
I do.
You
I do go
have
to the
an
family events.
issue with the term voting because all of your actions align with you
You
voting.
be mentally voting.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, you've done a lot of voting, it seems.
Do we want to say subtracting equations?
Right. Excluding?
I like that word better.
There's a term. But
Exclusion. Okay.
Yes. But
are there some family members that should be excluded from stuff? The pedophile uncle at the kid's birthday.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But he family.
He is. But
Look-
he grown. Invited to grown events. He don't need to be at birthday parties. Like, what a whole bunch of adults do, and he don't have any small children.
Okay. Wait a second. So, do you have an issue with family that's invited to smaller kids' celebrations that don't have smaller kids to bring themselves?
Like, why are you inviting them for the kids' birthday party? Like, why?
Oh,
To say happy birthday.
Yeah, to say that
to
was
show
fun.
support. To show support of the child.
Kids want to play with kids. They don't need to. Somebody, it's not a numbers thing to me.
But a lot of black people don't agree with that. They like to have her party was her first birthday party had 57 people there.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So you're okay playing family game night with pedophile John?
No.
He can come to the adult events.
So you need to say that. Now I'm confused.
You think all his answers gonna be baby panties?
I don't feel like I know you.
I mean, here's the situation. When you get talking about pedophiles, now that's something totally
We
different.
just talked about pedophiles.
You said serial killers,
a thief,
molesters.
wait a second. A thief,
You qualify you?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. A thief, I can deal with a thief.
Okay.
I can deal with a man that if he want to whoop his woman, that's on him. If she, that's on
It'll
them.
be okay.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
But when you talking about, somebody doing things to children, no, I can't. No.
But that's it. So what if somebody that's been accused of terroristic acts, domestic terrorism?
So far, you have voted out pedophiles and domestic terrorists out of your family.
I guess I have. Yeah, I draw my pedophiles. I can't do. I cannot do.
You said thieves. You cool.
Now I still do listen to R. Kelly music, but but I cannot. I don't want to be around.
So you want to play a nice, fun game of Monopoly with a thief?
Yeah, over a pedophile any day.
Okay. No, not over. I'm just a game. You don't have to choose. We want to play a nice game of Monopoly, and it's a thief. You want
and
to play?
It's a thief there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll be stealing all the money.
Okay.
This kills the fun.
Let me ask you both this. In situations where you have somebody like myself, I consider myself to be in this category where they are part of their family, but so much not resembling their family in actions. How long does it take for you to either absorb that or believe that I'm being disgenuine in who I really am? Like, for example, you meet me, you get to know me, and then you get to know my crazy family or my weird family or whatever, and you saying, wait a second, does he have the ability for this to come out later? Is he adopted? Like, what is your mindset when you meet somebody that's already outgrown their family as an adult?
I would need to be around them to see why. Yeah, I would like that experience. I try not to judge people by how somebody else feels. Like, I'm like that. Like, it's people that, you cool with that I never was cool with, and I don't care that we married. I'm still not cool with them. Same with me and family. Like, I knew people, went to school with people that I was related to, didn't rock with them in high school, and then found out later in life that we was related, and that didn't change a thing for me. Still didn't rock with them. So I try to get to know people for myself. I would need to be around them before I made a decision on whether I felt the same way that you did.
Got you. So you don't feel like you're necessarily testing them, because there's a conversation where you don't agree with my brother feeling like he wouldn't find a girl marriage worthy unless she was willing to go down to Auntie's house with all the roaches and you remember this situation?
Yeah. I don't like to be tested. I don't like to be. I don't feel like you should. There's boxes, and if I don't want to, go certain places, then I'm not the one. You can just ask me, and I can tell you. Don't test me, because I'm gonna give you my honest answer. I'm not gonna be like, I go to the projects. And I'm straight.
But at some point in time, what happens is you get with someone who grew up in a rough situation or a tough environment or a dysfunctional environment, and they're okay with it because they've known it. That's what they've known. That's what they've come up from. They've graduated from that environment and they met you post-graduation. I think that they have to consider bringing you back into that environment might make you think a certain way about them because all you've known is who you know now. When you start reflecting on, whoa, he grew up like this or that, or seen this or that, or he's okay with this person with this dog in the kitchen.
Everybody grew up differently. You know,
Okay.
I try not to. I mean, I wasn't raised or brought up around people that had a whole bunch, like, you know, was balling at, you know, doctors, lawyers, you know, millionaires. So all I knew was people from my neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhood from me, which was the projects.
Mm-hmm.
And did we have friends in the projects, even though we never lived in the projects? Absolutely. Did my mom and dad let us go hang out in the projects? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and go to the park and, you know, do all those things. So I don't judge people from where you can't help where you've come from. You can only help with where you go.
Gotcha.
You can't help, you know, how you was raised was how you was raised.
I
You
totally
know,
agree.
without
Totally
you know, if you were raised without a dad, then I come be like, oh, I don't deal with men that, you know, didn't have a dad growing up in the house because that's all I've ever known. So no, you can't. That's not on you.
If somebody asked you, would you ever deny going to your husband's family reunion because they stay in motels?
Absolutely, because I don't do motels.
So you just.
But you can't. But I didn't tell you.
I agree.
Like I said, I can't help that I had outgrown motels. I can't help that I didn't stay in a whole bunch of motels.
What's a motel? The door on the outside?
Yes,
Yes.
she don't do that.
Yes.
But the family events are not there, are they?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't go.
The family. This is part of the tradition because of where it's located. You know, certain southern towns,
Yeah.
all you have is a motel. You don't have a Hilton or a Doubletree.
Mm-hmm.
You just have these motels. And so in order to be engaged, if you're not sleeping in a car, you're sleeping in a motel. And that's the way it's been. So in order to be involved in these activities, and what I was going to go next level was, if you meet a gentleman from Jamaica and he grew up in the slums of Jamaica, you can never go be around his family in his environment like you were just saying. I give everybody a chance.
I can go. I won't stay there. Yeah, I won't stay. Like, if he be like, well, when I go, I stay with my mom. Oh, okay, well, that's cool. Then you can drop me off at the hotel.
In Jamaica?
Yes. Absolutely.
Those are long trips.
That's okay. Do they not have Uber there?
That I'm not aware of.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's Uber, but they have drivers.
There we go.
But this thing with you about staying the night, you don't want to stay the night nowhere.
No, I'm very
You want to
particular
sleep
about where I stay
peacefully.
tonight. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I would rather stay in my car, me personally, my car, not somebody else's car, my car, than stay in a motel. That may sound crazy to a lot of people, but I just don't. Motels are uncomfortable.
Are you
for me.
concerned that this attitude would get you voted out of said family?
Oh, it probably in some families it would, but I didn't go. You knew up front I didn't do motels.
Yes, I
And when someone in your family was like, "Oh, you think you're too good for motels?" Absolutely, I am. Yes, yeah, I didn't lie. I didn't be like, "Well, I could do it this one time." I'm not going. If you guys stay in a motel, you go have a great time. You can stay all day. I just don't stay in a motel. And you took the kids, and the kids stayed, and I didn't have a problem with that. But
because that's
don't
part
do.
of the family. See, that's
Absolutely.
where you. But what you did,
yeah. But I didn't stop claiming y'all because y'all stayed in a motel. I just said I don't stay in a motel under any circumstances.
I think
if you drive a couple more miles, you will find a hotel.
So you think, depends on where you are. But I think that what happens is you get the opportunity to distance yourself from everything that you're trying to build in this family dynamic, or I'm giving everybody a chance or whatever. You know, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to give them a chance when you don't even meet them if that's the family. I'm not big on expanded family, but some people are. They want third, fourth, fifth, cousin Pete and all, cousin Al and all of them to know you and love you. Well, they've never seen you except for in a picture because you refused to go to the backwater town.
No, I didn't refuse to go to the family reunion. I
gonna stay tonight.
refused
So
to stay. at the motel.
At the night. Okay.
So, because I've gone to family reunions that were not, and we didn't stay at a motel.
Correct.
So if they're judging me by me not staying at a motel, I'm 1,000% okay with that.
Okay.
Yes.
I have lived there, so
Yes.
this is funny to me.
Yeah.
I'm more of an introvert,
Okay.
so I had no issues driving 45 minutes back to the embassy.
Hello? Right.
And then went down there and kicked it with them.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, I'm about to go. And I purposely waited till it was sold out. Like, it was no more rooms.
No, I ain't even gonna wait till it's sold out. I'm
No.
just gonna say up
Well,
front,
they
I
checked
don't
me.
do that.
They checked me. Somebody
Oh,
canceled. No, I'm still gonna stay in my yeah. So I lived it. I mean, it was part of it was the introvert. Part of it was the like I'm out of town, so why should I stay here?
Less than you stay at home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would stay in a motel if that's all I could do, but I'm using my vacation time.
Right.
I'm like, this is my this.
If all I could do is I'm gonna
Right.
stay in my car.
Here's the situation, and I'd like to get your opinion on this. When you get in a relationship, especially as you get older, you get into these relationships where you meet this person and they give you the impression of who they are, how they were raised. And then when you start meeting the family, and the family's completely adjacent from that, they're completely dysfunctional. Great example. I dated a girl, she was very stern.
Mhm.
She was very cold-hearted, and just, which was fine with me because she was direct to the point, whatever. So when I met her family, I thought that would be how they were. But they were so excited and so loving and so caring that it confused me as to how did I get this person that's the black sheep? How did I get the black sheep? When you run into a black sheep type situation, do you believe your lying eyes and kind of what you have been exposed to? Or do you believe this is the representative? And ultimately, that person's going to revert back to somebody. When you meet somebody and both their parents and grandparents was on drugs, everybody in their family done been to jail, but they, got this sterling record, they got military service and this and that, do you feel like, wait a second, you're running from something in who you're representing? Or do you take that as just, this person is just different from her mama?
No, they're immediately under investigation.
Okay.
I need to know why you are this way. Like, so that happened like right now in the situation.
Okay.
When I met her mom, I was like, no, that don't add up.
Your math ain't math.
Yeah. Met her dad, that I could see some of the genes from the dad side,
Okay.
but still don't add up.
Okay.
So I had to meet more family, like figure out why she's this way. Like, okay, who is your hero?
Right.
That's my go-to question.
Right.
You had to pick 3 people,
Right.
not no celebrities or nothing. That who are your heroes?
Right.
And I eventually found out.
Okay.
It was her aunt, and I eventually met her aunt,
Okay.
and they started thinking alike and started. It was
You
a lot
started
of
seeing it. You saw that.
yeah.
You saw
Then
that.
I was satisfied
Okay.
that she wasn't pretending to be somebody that she wasn't. But yeah, you immediately like, why are you this way? And I know people think that about me if they meet my family.
Have you ever dated someone that was adjacent from their family or different than their family? They was a black sheep, so to speak.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Because one of the things where we're from is, at least when we were growing up, my grandmother would say, "Who was her people?"
Absolutely.
And
Everybody
so
knew somebody.
and we would align
Absolutely.
somebody or judge
Yeah.
somebody or
No.
prejudice somebody on basically their family reputation. It's like he was saying, they made the name look bad. So we know a lot of family names, last names, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Well, all of them is crazy."
Yeah, but
All of them is
the thing is, you're always going to have somebody that ain't trying to do nothing. In the family,
life.
in
Okay.
life.
No goods. Okay.
You're always going to have that. And then you're always going to have someone that is. And I think depending on the type of person you are, you're going to attract one or the other.
This concludes another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we act as your therapeutic outlet on topics many think about but are afraid to speak on.
Oh, you're welcome.